Hello everyone, it's me, the Tycoon. I wanted to welcome you all back to another episode of Tea with the Tycoon. I want to thank everyone out there on YouTube that's given me over 1,000 views. So thanks, I appreciate that. Especially as you know, I'm not a huge YouTuber, but it's given me the confidence to go out there and go right across the multiple different platforms like Spotify, Anchor, Facebook, and of course Vimeo and YouTube, which is what you guys are watching this on. So I'm taking this out from Facebook to bring to you right across all the different platforms out there. Thanks for the views. Now, who am I? Short and simple, I'm the professional wrestling manager for this era of professional wrestling. But more importantly, I like to say I'm like you guys, but I'm definitely not. I'm far better than that. I'm superior. But let's go away from that for now, because why? I want you to carry on watching this and not switch off after the first 10 seconds when you realize how pathetic your life is. Okay, so let's go into this into a little bit more detail. What am I here to do today? Well, little bits and pieces. One, pay off a lot of fines that I amassed over a period of time for various things, but let's not go into that for now. Two, help to educate you guys, because you know quite a lot of you are morons. Let's face it, it's true. And more importantly, I'm also here to give a platform to some of the other people out there who are striving and looking to get to the next level, but let's face it, they're just not as good as me. So I'm here to give back to you as well. And yes, I may not be dressed in a full-on suit today because it's cold, but you know something, I'm still looking damn good. So, what are we going to do in the show today? Well, the first thing that we're going to be looking at is business tips. As always, I'm a tycoon. I didn't make my money by just my pretty looks alone. It did help. But what I will do is impart some of my knowledge onto you to help make you better at what you do. I'll also do a 60-second movie review because you know what? We all need a little bit of downtime. And when we do have that downtime, we need to go to a place where our time is going to be appreciated. You don't want to be wasting your time on a really terrible movie. So let me take out all that pain and stress for you. And of course, a very special 10-minute match segment today. It's with a special team, a tag team, up and coming from the London School of Lucha Libre. How sick? Too sick. But that's a little bit later on. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the majority of my views came from Mexico. So a massive shout out to, you know, all you muchachos out there. Hola. And muchas gracias as well. So thank you so much for everything. And I do appreciate that you guys will like, share, subscribe. Make sure you do that. And now let's get on with the business tip. Oh, but before I do that, can't forget to do the most important thing. Shout outs. So the very first shout out I gotta do is to my subscribers. Well, cut cat. If you can hear it now, there's no beeping or chirping noise from the smoke detector. Yes, I got that underling fired and we managed to fix things properly. Secondly, to Martin Watchhorn from Distance Wrestling. Please go out there, subscribe to this guy. He has been a master at what he does. An amazing film videographer. Brings out people to their best light, such as Doug Williams. You know, and you can see his interview from This Is Film, This Is Wrestling. He's done interviews with people from All Elite Wrestling, whoever they are, WWE, whoever they are, and all the rest of that kind of stuff. But the most important thing that he's done an interview with me too. So, thank you for the shout out. That's the most important part, which is shout outs. And of course, to all you fans out there who haven't subscribed, so subscribe. Now, we're going to go on to business tip. So, for the business tip, you got to understand something. If you want to become a success, whichever way you see a success as, whether it's wealth, whether it's having enough to get by on, whether it's just having a job, or if it is just, making your own way against all the naysayers, you have to have belief in yourself. But more importantly, you have to apply that belief to every situation going. So, one of the most toughest things that a person can do is cold calling. They don't understand how to do it. They don't know why they're doing it. More importantly, they feel that everyone who's going to answer the phone is going to be their friend. Not always the case. Sometimes they feel that, you know what, they're going to bite my head off, so I'm not even going to attempt to do a cold call. You can't have that mindset. You've got to have a very positive mindset. When you look at someone like Brian Tracy or Tony Robbins or people like that, they talk about building your own self-esteem and your persona up. The more you build it up, the more confident you become, the better it is, the easier it is. But nothing, absolutely nothing beats practical experience. The only way how you get practical experience is by actually doing it. Learn the theory, practice a couple of times, use a tape recorder to hear your voice, use your mobile phone, record yourself, understand how you sound to another person, because sometimes you don't even understand how you sound. Once you've done that part, then everything will start to fit into place. Have your script ready, but make sure that your script is a guideline, not the Bible. What I mean by that is that you have to have the ability to think on your feet. You're going to be having questions that are going to be thrown at you. And if you do have questions, don't take it as, oh my God, they're not going to buy. They want to buy from you. They want to deal with you. If they don't want to buy from you, they want to meet with you. Whatever your objectives are, that's how you got to say it out. And meaning your script, of course. One of the best tips that I actually learned when I started getting into business was cold calling. It's not easy. But go through the numbers. Set yourself a target that you do 10 cold calls before you hit the afternoon. So if you start work at 9 o'clock, you're going to sit down and you're going to do your cold calls from 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock. You're going to go for it. You're going to have your list of 10, and no matter what the first one says, you make sure you go to the second one. No matter what the second one says, you make sure you go to the third one. And so on and so forth until you get to your 10. Why? What happens during that period of time is that your mentality starts to build up, your psychology starts to build up, you start arming yourself with many different things. This is what experience will give you. So one of the things that you will be armed with would be questions. And you will have the answers to those questions. And if you don't have the answers to those questions before you make the next call, you will find the answers to those questions because you know that the next person may have that same question. So make sure you go out there, do it. Every person who answers your call, that's a victory there. Because many people can easily hit ignore. So feel confident, go out there, give it your very best, give it 10. And whatever your objectives are, look to get to those objectives. And I guarantee you, by the time you get to 10, you're going to be much better than the guy who's next to you. Or girl, because PC. So, that's my business tip. I hope you enjoy it. If you do use a business tip and you feel, you know what, this worked, leave a comment. Let me know. So, that was the business tips there. Now what we're going to do is move on to the 60-second movie review. So the 60-second movie review is going to be short and simple. There was quite a few movies I watched between the last time that you saw me with Tea with the Tycoon to now. One of those movies I actually watched was very recently. And it's been quite a topic and a trending topic in recent times. No, not Star Wars. I'm not going to be bothered to watch that. It was Terminator Dark Fate. So, Terminator Dark Fate, short and simple. Obviously, these people did not understand the subject matter, the Terminator lore. Spoilers ahead. If you kill off the very main person that everything is built up around in terms of the Terminator franchise, John Connor, the Terminator is not going to wander and think, what is my next purpose? The Terminator is going to go into the next stage of their programming. Build Skynet, bring about Judgment Day, because now the machines have won. What you didn't get was any of that. What you got was something completely different. And that's why that movie got panned. Forget the action. The action was pretty good. Forget Linda Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger coming back. They were great. Even Mackenzie Davis, who had so much flack coming her way because of the whole, she looks like a guy. None of that mattered. Gabriel Luna done a great job as well as the Rev 9. All that's really good. So what went wrong? The story. And as an action film, all it is Elseworld. You can't even say that it's canon. Please, don't say it's canon. And if it is, well, you've completely destroyed the franchise to begin with. Your own lore and mythology that you've created right from the start. So, take it with a pinch of salt, go in there, watch the movie, enjoy it, but don't think it's a Terminator film. Because if it was a Terminator film, nothing that you saw would make sense. That's my 60-second movie review. And again, if you want to come at me because, he's going after Mackenzie Davis and all the rest of it, and he's not woke. Well, okay. But again, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. If you did see Terminator Dark Fate and you understood why it's tanking all over the bloody area, then you understand where I'm coming from. And what I will do, because I love Terminator so much, is do a follow-up video on how to fix the franchise. Okay, now we're swiftly moving on to the last part of our 10-minute match. This is an amazing treat, especially for all you fans in Mexico. Again, hola, muchas gracias on everything, muchachos and amigos, and I don't know much more Spanish than that. But apart from hasta la vista and hasta luego. Hey. So what I want to do now is introduce you to our 10-minute match segment from London School of Lucha Libre, one of the Horizon tag teams that are out there. That's right, it's not just sick, it's too sick. Okay, it's me, the Tycoon. I'm with Too Thick.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes,
How
you are.
sick?
Too sick.
Yeah.
And as always, these guys are exciting. And this is my 10-minute match. We've got 10 minutes, no matter how it goes, no matter where the questions go, at 10 minutes it stops. But the whole point is, we're going to find out all about Too Sick. So, here we go, the countdown started. So tell me all about yourselves. Let's start with, from Sean.
What you want to know about, dog?
Is that your real accent?
What you want to know about, dog?
Okay, Sean's in the broken record player at the moment. And Mary
Jane?
Or
Jane.
Jane.
Yeah, what, do you want to know how long I've been in the business?
Yeah.
Okay. I started off with All Stars Wrestling. So, and then I used to work with Brian Dixon, and I also worked with Robbie Brookside. That was a few years ago. And then I started training at Lucha with Greg Burridge, which is really where we came together as a team. So I've been a wrestling fan all my life, absolutely loved it. Always a heel, always a bad guy, because that matches everything about me. I'm sure you'll agree.
Yeah, I will. Giovanni?
Pretty much what Jane said. We started off at Lucha, trained with Greg Burridge, also Red Pro School of Wrestling, with Andy Simmons.
That's
and
right.
Andy Quinlan.
Andy Queen, yeah,
Awesome
absolutely.
dudes. Andy actually brought out the character in me. Greg brought out more or less movesets, which is awesome. and yeah, ever since then, man, like now we're 2-time tag team champions, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And Super Shawnee Man, that's how we say it. Trained at London School Lucha Libre as well, Greg Burge, Gary Randall. Also went to LA to the New Japan Dojo, trained with Shibata and Scorpio Sky from Ring of Honor and AEW.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right, baby.
We got it hard,
That's how we do it. But yeah, good experience. Really good, challenging experience. It helped me with my fitness levels, on how to be a really good wrestler. The skills sharpened everything. And yeah, just coming back to the UK, London, and
Will
do what I
Ospreay.
do best.
We also train with Will Ospreay. He's a big part of obviously RCWA, where we were tag team champions, but also he comes down to Lucha and he trains with us as well. So he was an integral part in teaching me how to do all the high flying moves, because when I was with All Stars, we just did the basic and FWA back in the day. Yeah, it was kind of British wrestling. Then obviously the Lucha style came in when we worked with Will and also Rey Mysterio. So yeah, we're very lucky to count him as one of our friends as well. So we're very, very privileged. Yeah,
We're in good hands, man.
we're very good hands.
Very
We're very
Real
good hands.
And again, watching you guys whenever you wrestle, it's quite exciting. You have
Oh,
an
thank you.
element of lucha within it. Obviously, the influences are there. But more importantly, you have your own style, which goes within the wrestling, and that tells a unique story every time that you guys wrestle. You've got the flamboyancy, but you've also got the seriousness. You've got the energy and the power that is driven well within it. Who have been your influences, apart from your teachers, but any other influences outside of this?
I think we all, I must say that all of us, we're all very heavily interested into the entertainment industry. I mean, Super Shawnee Man is Super Shawnee Man for a reason, because if you check YouTube, you'll find out why he's Super Shawnee Man. Al Giwani, I know, is not only is he an awesome wrestler, but he's also an awesome rapper. So he's very deep into the music industry.
I mean, like Super Shawnee Man, he makes YouTube vlogs and he has his own channel. Check it out, Super Shawnee Man on YouTube. Myself, I'm a musician outside of the world of wrestling. I write my own songs, and you can catch some nice stuff on YouTube too, man. I perform,
And I'm an actress and a model as well, so I've been very blessed to work in LA for quite a while. So I think between all of us, we have a huge interest in the entertainment industry, but also we all grew up with WCW and WWE. So for us, it was kind of like we just wanted to be what we saw on screen. We're superheroes. We train hard. We train really hard in the gym, and we want to portray that superhero. You know, we're fans of comics, right? As well, we love that. We love manga, anime. So they're a huge influence on our lives. So
I think also it started from a young age when
Yeah,
we started
absolutely.
martial arts.
Yeah.
We started from karate from like 6 years old.
Kyokushin guy, or was it like Shotokan?
Shotokan karate.
Yeah.
Then about kickboxing from like 14 to like 22, some boxing, and then just from there.
I mean,
like developed.
We developed as athletes, like when we were young. Track and field was my thing. And kind of like Sean, like kickboxing was an interest. We were raised on Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Rocky,
Bruce Lee.
all
the top guys in the world, man. So, and then transitioning from that, like all three of us have like entertainment skill. Like he's more of a YouTube vlogger. She's a model. I'm a musician, so
And we're all dancers as
all we
well.
did is combine all three things
Yeah.
into what we do in wrestling.
And that does come through. Now, I actually want to explore a little bit more, because each and every one of you are from, you're from a different ethnic background.
Absolutely.
You know, obviously from North America, East London or North London, Northwest London, and you've got an Iranian heritage within you, Pakistani heritage as well, and
Pakistani Indian.
So, and that's amazing that you also.
We got a cocktail right here too, man.
Persian, Romanian, Italian. So that's my mix. So
And that's really cool as well. Also to get that out there, because I know that for many people who are out there, they don't see or relate to us as a community.
Right.
No, they should.
And quite a lot of the times we have to break down a lot of barriers and show that we're just as good as everyone else by working twice or 3 times as hard.
Right.
Have you guys ever experienced any times where you felt, damn it, man, I'm working really hard here. I've paid my dues. I'm still not getting what I should be getting. I'm getting a lot of. This is a locker room hierarchy, but we should be all equal.
I think, in all honesty, man, like, you could work hard. You do get like the kind of pyramid of working your way all the way to the top. I think entertainment always rules, man. Like if you got a real entertainment presence on screen, and you become relatable to the audience, right?
Yeah.
Like you can reach out, you can make somebody feel something, you can make them laugh, cry. Like we were doing we were working the crowd all night. And we got probably one of the best reactions without blowing my own horn.
Just to let you guys know, sorry, we were backstage at Entertainment Wrestling Association's Bridge Bash 10.
That's right, that's right.
You know, 10, 12 years at High Wycombe without taking, helped to take them a lot further out into the world. It's a gem that's just been so well hidden away. And again, you know, we had great people come through the doors. And again, you guys are no exception to that rule either. You just as... That's why the belts are on you.
Absolutely.
And 2 times RCW
RCWA champs and now current EWA champs.
And again, RCWA took it back and is now back into the market.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Big shout out to RCWA.
Yeah, we love Sue.
They gave us the first.
Thank you, Sue.
Yeah.
Love you, baby.
They gave us the first.
You still have to book me.
Big shout out to Sue Osprey, man.
She's amazing.
She was the one that gave us the first run.
We love her.
And ever since then, we've been elevated ever since. So thank you very much. Okay.
But back to your question as well about the ethnicity. I don't think we've ever had ethnicity kind of barriers.
No.
But I think if your showbiz is there and your character's there, you can kind of get over that.
Very
but
diverse.
I think what the motivation is to be like the first, well not the first, but part of that group of from an ethnic minority and getting onto the screen. I think that's quite a lot of motivation because then you want to be that role model for your people. You know what I mean? And then the more of us out there, the more opportunities will become available.
Absolutely.
And also being relatable to the audience. Man. I think that's what makes us tick is the fact that we're relatable.
I think that goes without saying because you've got people out there again. You know, I'll mention guys like Alexander Roth, Kieran Carruth, awesome Indian background.
Love working with him.
You know, Ronnie Kingpin Ronnie Gunn, who's coming out.
He's our brother from another mother. We love him. We love
Ronnie Gunn.
We love Ronnie
Soldier. You know, again, Mike has been absolutely a trailblazer right throughout.
He's killing it.
We love him.
And I feel that from our kind of background, it's that time that we're being noticed more for the hard work that we're doing.
Yeah,
guys like Prince Hasim has also done a hell of a lot. But the main thing I've really mentioned is that I'm sick and tired of you guys hogging this, the limelight all the time. And saying,
what do you mean? You know, we're born for the limelight, dude. You know I already bitch slapped.
Is this guy for real?
First of all, listen up, man. There's a reason why we the EWA Tag Team Champions of the World.
Because we're sick.
How sick? Too sick! Hey, yo, look at that! We out here!
They talk too damn much. And at the end of the day, they all need to go back to school because they are messing with the Tycoon. And the real reason why they're here is because I wanted to shame them. But you know what? It just didn't work out the way how I wanted to. So I let them talk themselves off. Do give Too Sick a follow on all of their social media platforms. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And do support them. Again, I don't know where they're going to be next. Personally, I don't care. And at the end of the day, thank you for tuning in to the 10-minute match. Remember, hit the like, hit the share, hit the follow. And if you have paid enough money to get your electricity working, then, tell the world about this. If you can't understand that, then you all need to go back to school. So says the Tycoon.
Now get it out! Hey, yo, what do you say? You talking about stuff on Instagram, House 626 at House 626. You know about it.
Well, that was our 10-minute match there. And again, this brings it to the end. Thank you so much for tuning in, understanding. Follow me on all the social media platforms that are out there. Facebook at the Tycoon 2. This channel here. Like, share, subscribe. You'll see me on Twitter at the Tycoon 2, Instagram at the Tycoon 2. And again, for the fines to be paid off, I need your help. Yes, I'm a rich person, but hey, always a little bit more helps. So go to my Patreon page, where you'll also see some special segments which are going to be on Patreon. And if you get me to a certain level, you will also get more additional features, such as backstage interviews, or better still, an entire crew that I can actually use to edit up my stuff and get out to you faster. And if you guys don't understand that, then you need to go back to school. So says the Tycoon.